Donald Trump illegally bombed Iran, then his team claimed he was not at war with Iran, then Trump threatened more attacks and floated regime change, then he claimed there was a ceasefire in the war he had just entered, then he said the war his team said wasn't a war should be called the 12-day war, then he said everyone would stop shooting at each other, but everyone kept shooting at each other because, according to Trump, Israel and Iran, and this is an exact presidential quote, don't know what the they're doing. So I guess my question is, when's the Nobel Peace Prize ceremony?
Oh, please, 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 please make it happen. Just for the salt. My God, can you imagine? I want that Seth Meyers clip to be another John Oliver moment. Remember that?
Do it. Do it. Look at me. Do it. I will personally write you a campaign check now on behalf of this country, which does not want you to be president, but which badly wants you to run.
So my favourite reality TV show, America, has done it again. It's a constant stream of entertainment. And the protagonist, Donald Trump, he's just like a headline machine. So the Israel-Iran thing looks like it's quietening down, hopefully. I mean, it seems to move pretty quickly. By the time I release this video, it might have arced up again, you never know. But for now, it looks like it was, in fact, the 12-day war. Now, in that opening clip, Seth Meyers claims that Trump's bombing of Iran was illegal. And I don't know about that. I'm no scholar on American law, obviously. But I understand that the president, the commander of the military, can do stuff like this in the short term. I believe he's got to go to Congress for a declaration of war after a while. And in terms of international law, I think the UN Charter says you can strike a country if it's like in self-defense. Now, Trump's going to argue every day of the week that this was self-defense. Iran was pretty close to building a nuke. That's no good for America. That's no good for anyone. So it's kind of murky, but I don't think there's going to be any grand repercussions. Again, this is all moving pretty quickly, so I could be wrong by the time this video comes out. But Il Presidente Trumpy has in fact been nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize. And I would love to see it, just for the salt. I understand he was nominated by some Republican congressman, as well as Pakistan, the country, for both what he did in Iran and helping de-escalate the potential nuclear war between India and Pakistan. Now, those are not insignificant things. Barack Obama got one for being the first black president. Well, officially it was for like promoting dialogue, pushing climate change stuff, you know, that kind of shit. It was all pretty airy-fairy. So I don't see why Trump doesn't deserve one. Now, I couldn't really give a fuck if he gets one or not. All I care about is the salt, because that would be really, really funny. Now, that's not all Trump's been in the media for. Have you seen the daddy saga? Oh, fucking hell, that was hilarious. Let's have a look at it right after this quick sponsor. Let's go! Ever tried Googling your own name to see what's out there? Let me tell you, you'd be surprised at what data brokers have on you. And if you've ever wondered how scammers get your phone number and your email address, well, this is how. They do all this without your consent and make billions selling it to scammers and marketers. Now, if you politely ask them, they're meant to remove your details from their servers, but they make the process pretty hard. That's why I recommend today's sponsor, Aura. Aura monitors your personal data, including your social security number, across billions of data points like the dark web and public court records to alert you about potential identity theft. They also provide up to $5 million in identity theft insurance. Plus, Aura offers a variety of other features to keep you safe online, including real-time alerts for data breaches, a VPN for secure browsing, data broker opt-out to stop companies from selling your personal information, a password manager to help you create and store strong passwords, and more. Don't leave yourself or your family vulnerable to data breaches. Give Aura a couple of weeks to find out if any of your data's exposed. My viewers can get a free 2-week trial by visiting aura.com/bearing. So in the wash-up of the Iran-Israel ceasefire, they kept sort of lobbing bombs at each other. More so Israel, and Trump was not fucking happy. He was dropping choice 4-letter words to journalists. It was hilarious. Here it is in remix form.
You know what we basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. You understand that? You understand that? They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
That That fucking slaps. That is such a fucking cool remix. And the musicality, is that a word, musicality? It is now. The musicality of the verse, like in between the choruses, is just fucking epic. Listen to this.
Israel, as soon as we made the deal, they came out and they dropped a load of bombs like I'd never seen before. I'm not happy with Israel. You know, when they say, okay, now you have 12 hours, you don't go out in the first hour and just drop everything you have on them. The biggest load that we've seen. You know what? We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Fucking bravo, bravo. That's an account called The Remix Bros on Twitter. I believe they're uploading it to Spotify, but I would genuinely have that in my playlist. That is fucking awesome. So anyway, Trump jumps on that big chopper behind him and he goes to a NATO summit. And he does a press conference about this ceasefire with NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte or Mark Rutte or something. And so we begin the daddy saga. Oh, fucking hell.
They fought like hell, and then they said, let's stop. And they're going to build themselves. And I really see it as sticking. I mean, we may do papers on it, Marco. Maybe we're going to do papers. I don't even know if you need them. They're not going to be fighting each other. They've had it. They've had a big fight, like two kids in a schoolyard. You know, they fight like hell. You can't stop them. Let them fight for about 2-3 minutes. Then it's easier to stop them.
And then daddy has to sometimes use strong language.
Oh, daddy has to sometimes use strong language. Use a strong language on me, daddy. Why don't you use some stronger language on me, daddy? So Mark Rutte is Dutch, apparently. He was like the Dutch Prime Minister from like 2010, I think, to 2024. But doesn't he sound fucking German? That sounds German to me. I mean, a lot of people think I'm British or Scottish or Irish. I'm not. I'm Australian. But that sounds German to me. Now, I'm sure Mark Rutte is going to get a lot of shit for saying this because Europeans, as I understand it, don't really like Donald Trump in general. They don't seem to like any fascist dictators since that thing in the 40s, you know? So here's Trumpy answering some questions after that interview.
All right, in the back. Go ahead, back, white, yeah. White jacket, yeah. Go ahead, give my mic. Hello.
Deborah Haynes from Sky News. Mark Rutte, the NATO chief, who is your friend, he called you daddy earlier. Do you regard your NATO allies?
Look at Marco Rubio in the background just fucking pissing himself. He did call you daddy. He fucking totally called you daddy. Now, I don't know Mark Rutte. He might be a fucking good bloke. I don't even know if his name's actually Rutte. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But yeah, what a fucking moment.
Do you regard your NATO allies as kind of children?
No, he likes me. I think he likes me. If he doesn't, I'll let you know. I'll come back and I'll hit him hard, okay? No?
He
did it very affectionate. Daddy, you're my daddy.
He did. You're my daddy. You're my daddy. Call me daddy. Oh, thank you, daddy. Now, Mark Rutte does a follow-up sort of like press conference later. And he sort of justifies the fact that he called Donald Trump daddy. And it's the same chick asking the questions. I have a feeling she's got daddy issues. I think Deborah Haynes from Sky News needs to get in touch with her dad. Maybe take him out for a nice lunch or something.
Deborah Haynes from Sky News.
Hi.
Hello. The language that you have used when talking to Donald Trump has been notable because of its flattery. Today you called him daddy and you sent a text message to him that was gushing with praise. Is this the way that you feel that you have to act when doing business with the US president, through flattery and praise? Isn't it a bit demeaning and doesn't it make you look weak?
No, I don't think so. I think it's a bit of a question of taste, but I think he's a good friend. And when he is doing stuff which is forcing us to, for example, when it comes to making more investments. I mean, would you ever think that this would be the result of this summit if he would not have been re-elected president? Do you really think that the 7 or 8 countries who said, yeah, somewhere in the 2030s we might meet the 2%? We've now all decided in the last 4 or 5 months to get to 2%. So doesn't he deserve some praise?
Yeah, I think he does. And like I was saying, Mark Rutte or whatever the fuck might be a good bloke. I don't know. Maybe he's fantastic. But don't ever call another grown man daddy. You will live to regret it. I mean, his adversaries, his enemies, are gonna have a fucking field day with this. And I think it starts to seep in, because here he is later on, just flat out denying it.
The daddy thing, I didn't call him daddy.
Bro, you fucking called him daddy. Cameras are a thing. We all heard it. We all saw it. You called him daddy.
Daddy has to sometimes use strong language.
There's no denying this now, man. You did it. Walk it off. You're just gonna have to pack this one away and try to live it down somehow.
What I said is that sometimes in Europe, I hear sometimes countries saying, hey Mark,
I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
hey Mark, will the US stay with us? And I said, that sounds a little bit like a small child asking his daddy, hey, are you still staying with the family? So in that sense, I use daddy, not that I was calling President Trump daddy.
Daddy has to sometimes use strong language.
It's alright, man. You did it. It'll blow over. I mean, I can kind of understand like some normie saying, oh, Daddy Trump, you know, Daddy Trump, rah, rah, rah. Like, that's kind of still a bit gay. But like, imagine being a fucking politician and doing that. Jesus Christ. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I found that funny. I just wanted to talk about it. I got to go pick my kid up from school. It's Friday. Happy days. Let's go. Thanks very much for watching. If you have any comments, leave them down below or at my Twitter. It's @bear_ing. And I'll catch you later. All right. Ta-ta. Bye-bye.
Recession, session. Give me better times, give me better times. Recession, session.